Wrong thing. Brilliant. Again, we started well already. Uh, where's okay? Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and today we're going to do a bit of speculating about the Friday facts. The most recent two, in particular the most recent one, because it's the more speculatable one, even though there's not a lot to say. And then we're going to play Angels. Um, I'm feeling a bit discombobulated. I was in an event in London yesterday, and there were a lot of people on the train who were sick, and there were a few people in the event who were sick, and a lot of people on the way back who were sick. So I wouldn't be surprised if I've caught something. I'm not sure. I don't think it's COVID or anything, but I've not been feeling very well today. But it could just be tiredness as well. So apologies if it's low energy for this stream. Just trying to make sure my mic's not in shot. There's one I did the other week where the blooming mic was in shot. This weird blob in the corner. Right, so I did take some notes. I've done the read through already. I don't think those are sensible to do on stream, unless it's like a tiny one or, picture. Well, no, even pictures is really bad actually. But yeah, I don't think I'll be doing the read throughs on stream anymore. But the speculating, and I took some notes because it's a bit of a tricky one to really find anything to say about. There are obviously two updates on Rails. The first one was the changes that saw the introduction of a shallower curve. See, my throat's going. A shallower curve, which is this one here. The shallower curve here, which lets you do more variety, and in particular lets you do very easy S-bends, because you can't do this at the moment in Factorio. You can do an S-bend, but it's limited by the radius of the curve. And yeah, so this was a really good update, and I was really pleased and looking forward to playing with it, and really excited. This is a dream come true to me. This that rail arrangement. They then followed that up this week with an announcement that trains are going multi-level, and we will be able to build elevated rail. Literally the only negative thing I had to say about it was that this looked a little bit weird to me, and it's to do with the angles basically. If you look here, well, this isn't too bad, but if you look at the top and the sort of end, it looks okay. It's because it's this projection that they have to use for Factorio. If you look at this, to me, and maybe it's just me, but it looks like the rail is distorted, like it's sideways, like it's, one end is higher than the other. And it's kind of an optical illusion, but also one that's caused by the angle. And that's literally all I was talking about when I was saying that it looked a bit funny. But I think it looks great. There's also, you can also see how they're forcing the perspective, and I only realised this afterwards. But you see how this one, and I guess it could just be that it's wonky and engineers put it together wonky. But if you look here, the size of this, it looks roughly about the same as that. There doesn't look to be any difference there. But look how high up that is compared to that. And I say it's because this thing, ends up squishing it because of how it looks. And this goes like, this is going lower and this is going higher. And I say it could just be how they've designed it to look like that. But, this front one here looks like it's lower than this one. It may well be, I say, maybe with the intention. But, you've got an angled thing here, and I don't know, is the idea that the train's crashed into it at some point? But it just doesn't look equal. And I say maybe that's what they're going for, but it sort of just looked a little funny to me. And that was literally the only negative thing I had to say for it. Everything else looked amazing. And the supports in particular, I mean, these just look amazing. I really love, they look like they could hold up a great big rail track. I think yeah, and I said in the read through as well, I just made a note of it because I guess I hadn't realised I'd done it. But this, where it's a going into the water, looks even better. I mean, this, where they've got it fading into the water, is just really, really cool looking. And the fact that these can just be put on water without, apparently, excuse me, without having to do landfill, because they're showing this as land. I think that's what they're telling us, because this is all landfill, and that's what that's saying. If you know that's now on land, whereas now it's in the water. So that'll be hugely useful. You'll just be able to build out over the water and go to where you want to go straight to where you want to go. And they give this sort of example of this here where it's used extensively. You've got all sorts of rail going to all sorts of places. There's a sort of a, Clapham Junction style thing that I was talking about the other week. And yeah, one of my favourite little things on it is the attached signals. So there's one that shows it really well, I think. So my nose is going as well. I hope this isn't a stream of me moaning about, am I getting sick? And then tomorrow I'm totally fine. Oh yes, this one was one that showed it really well. So this is the hanging rail signal on the actual elevated rail. I mean, that just looks brilliant. I mean, it's just really, really good. And there's a few other shots of, on here I think it is, where, no, which one is it? No, it must be a later one. Oh no, did I see it there? There we go. So these here, like the chain signals and the rail signals, attached on the thing, just perfect looking. So yeah, my overall reaction was just big thumbs up, and that's why I had to sit down and think about things to speculate, because there isn't really a lot to say other than big things thumbs up. Can't wait to play with this. Can't wait to play with the curves. You can actually see here, this is a really clear demonstration of the new curves. This would be a lot tighter because this is a bigger curve in the new system. And this would be a lot tighter. And, sort of a smaller curve, which, has its advantages. But this, this allows you to do more things off. So you could have more exit points essentially on this if you wanted to branch it off. And of course you can go around in a circle still and still let you all do all the normal stuff, but that's a really good way of showing the new curve and how smooth it all looks. Yeah, looks awesome. What else we got? So oh yes, I never really commented on at the start of the post. They talk about picking or deciding to go with bridges rather than tunnels, and V kind of listed out all of the reasons why tunnels would be problematic. And I kind of agree with it. I say it's not really a speculation point here, but a lot of the mods that do tunnels, and there's not a lot of mods, but ones that do, they use layers. So it's effectively there's a whole second map underneath the map. And so it's a horrible performance thing. And can you imagine doing that on, you're adding 5 planets or what have you. We're going to end up with 5 planets. And then each one has a second layer that is, just for rail. So you've effectively adding 10, you've got 10 planets effectively, where already you've only got 5 that you can play with. So I think this is a way, way better solution. It also looks better. I mean, you don't want your rail disappearing under, the tunnels would be awesome. I know they would, but it just disappears then. It's like, well, where's the train? And as they're putting out in the post, what happens if it gets stuck in the tunnel? I mean, with this, you've obviously got the problem if it's on a great big, bridge and it's run out of fuel or what have you. But you could just build a land bridge and use a Spidertron to get over there, or just drive up with another rail, another train sort of thing, and put some fuel in it. So, it just seems like a better solution all round. And, we all want stuff like this, don't we? I mean, this is going to be awesome, basically. So, why would we not want to be able to see all of these, elevated rails? I guess the other thing would be, why not have another layer on top again? I think that would just get too messy and too complicated. And how would you manage the various, you'd have to have 2 types of ramps, and how would it even work, sort of thing. So I think this works better as the best of both worlds. It gives you elevated rails, so you can do, a second layer and bridges and all that sort of stuff. But it doesn't get too nuts by having, a third layer and a 4th layer and all that sort of stuff. So I think this is the best solution. It's hardly speculation, is it? I mean, I just agree with what they said, but No, so little to say really that isn't just big thumbs up. Oh yes, I suppose I should note. I actually put a thing in. I've edited the video already, but um, yeah. So they noted on the Reddit that it's 20 tiles between these. I was wondering what the distance was between, between the bridge supports, and it's about 20 tiles as the sort of maximum distance. And if this is, I can't really work it out, but if that's about 20 tiles, it does look about right. It looks good and gives you plenty of room. If you've got 20 tiles between ish, then you can get 16 belts through with plenty of room for undergrounds and all that sort of stuff. So, you could, you've got plenty of room to play with, sort of thing. I think with it being 20 tiles. They also said that when it does a corner, so when it does I think this in a 90-degree corner, it has to put a support underneath it. That's like the sort of condition. I don't know if there's an example. Would this have it on here? This one here? Yeah, so you see this 90-degree bend and that 90-degree bend. So it has to have a support under it. I don't quite know how it does. I guess it doesn't let you, turn the corner without, it always forces one in. And so if you had something built there, this is where my fears over the rail planner come in. It diverts it so that you can put a proper support in. 20 tiles. They also noted in one of the comments that it was actually somebody else pointing out that this elevation is 3 tiles high. So it's basically that thing I was saying in the last video about it's a 2x2 grid for the trades, for the actual track. Well, if you put it then 3 tiles high, you're offsetting. So it's always going to be, I was saying about, well, how do you, manage, it flicking between the different levels and all that sort of stuff. Well, since it's on a different grid, you can have, a 2x2 grid that is the normal rail, and then you've got a 1 tile offset, and there's a separate grid that's also 2x2, but it starts 1 tile over, so it knows which layer it's on because of that, basically. And of course, they said there's a key to switch between the two. So, but yeah, no confirmation that the rail planner is less horrible though. So we'll have to see. Oh yeah, I also did just put a note saying on that, particularly the, this sort of thing, and well, not that one. Maybe this is maybe a bit more organised, but this sort of thing, and the all these rail things and the new angle and all that sort of stuff. My aesthetic series is just dead. I've got a year basically to finish it, but it would take me longer than a year. It's ridiculously over the top. I think what I might start doing is deconstructing it, as it were, and bringing across the things that I can bring across to a new save file, and rework out the numbers and be a bit more sensible with it. So I think there will be a return of an aesthetic series, but it'll be aesthetic 2.0 basically. And same with my blueprint series. I mean, that's basically dead as well. I do have now a complete set of blueprints. You can download them on my YouTube tab under the community, on my YouTube page under the community tab. I think I updated them. I have tidied them up now. There's a couple of little niggles, but there's a complete set of blueprints that take you from the very start of the game to rocket launch. I was then working on Mega Base things, but it's mostly rail based, so as I say, it's all broken. So I probably won't continue working on those, but I will fix and tidy up the others. And then it's a case of there's a special couple of blueprints that have the rails in, so I can just fix those, and that should basically work. Although it'll all be broken. I mean, it'll still be a vanilla, Mega Base or big bus to launch rockets type thing, so it'll still be valid, but I can update what's changed, and then I have to have a new series developing new blueprints for Factorio 2.0. Oh yes, so I don't know, this thing here, I still haven't really, I mean, maybe they said on Reddit and it's I've just missed it, sort of thing, but this I still don't understand. The accumulators on the island, with a substation and a radar. Obviously, they could be charging or discharging. I'm pretty sure it uses the same animation, but my assumption was that these are discharging in order to power the radar. There don't appear, from what I can tell, to be any other power lines around, and you can't really see, or I couldn't see anyway. Can I zoom in anymore? I couldn't see any lines connecting to the, substation, but it is hidden behind the rail. So people were speculating that maybe the rails are powered, and that's effectively what's happening here. Why these would then be discharging, I don't know. I mean, they could be charging, I guess. But to me, they are charging a radar. Why are they doing that? The only thing I could think is it's something to do with creative, maybe, and they've set this up. They couldn't get a proper picture without having a radar on it. But the trouble is, it's not a radar view. There's none of the lines on it, and it's like if they got the power to turn the lines off, why not just show it all? Have it revealed. And this isn't a radar range anyway. This is too small. So yeah, I'm still not sure what's going on here, other than it's just a leftover and they forgot to tidy it up, sort of thing. So I suppose another option, because of what they're talking about with this island, is that, well, I was speculating that this had essentially been set up, in order to take the video. But it could just be that this was an island that they claimed during the game, and there used to be some solar panels or something here, and they've just left this for whatever reason, and it's just it's just a leftover artifact. So possibility that the rails would be powered. It would make a lot of sense. It would be very useful. Let's put it that way, because if you're doing a proper island playthrough and you've got an island and another island and you want to connect them via a rail and you want to use the nice, bridge railway, and it just does the supports, you don't need to landfill a bridge across them. You either need two power sources, one on each island, or you're going to have to put them in power poles on anyway. So you're going to have to do land filling and put them on. So it's going to look a bit rubbish. Because they do look naff going out into the water, the big power poles. So there could be another way of transporting power. It could be, solar in space or something, and that'll alleviate that sort of problem. But it's a bit of a shame, really, to be able to do just nice, clean rails going out, and then you got to put the power poles on anyway. It's like, well, you're messing about with landfill. And so, unless we're getting somewhere removing landfill, that would be amazing. But yeah, so still don't quite understand or know what those are, but it's a possibility that it's a powered rail system. So the other thing I did want to talk a little bit more about, I sort of said I was going to say something about it yesterday, but I was recording, but I didn't. They make this point here that so it's this point here that all of the elevator rails, but only available with the expansion executable, great, which is fine. Technology can be researched using production science packs without the need to go to space or any planets. So it means it's standalone effectively. And elevated rails will be one of the standalone official mods next to quality and space age, so you can play a vanilla-like game with just the elevated rails, for example, or other mods can just depend on the elevated rails. So what that's saying is that, when you're setting your game up and it's got the base mod, as it calls it, and that's Factorio, engine, normal game, as it were. When you have the expansion on, it's not just a single tick box to enable the expansion. You do them independently. You can do them independently. Presumably there's going to be a button to play that, just turn them all on, sort of thing. But you can you could tick quality and just have quality. You could tick space age, which I don't know if that would be everything. It sounds like it's just the space and planets and stuff. We'll have to see. But the elevated rails, you could just tick that and have that. Now, I did ask yesterday with the quality one, because it's linked to the other planets. It would seem like it would have to have a dependency. Otherwise, you're not actually going to be able to build the legendary tier 5 modules rather. But elevated rails, if it's just dependent on production science, you don't need to go to other planets. you can just play with that. And you can just have a game where it's basically vanilla Factorio 1.1, and you've just added elevated rails. And this to me is suggesting that's how they're going to do all of the new things. So when we get the biters, they're going to be a thing you can switch on and off. You know, you can have normal biters and super biters or whatever they are. Obviously, I don't know if that's how they're going to do it, but it suggests that these mods is, official mods is how they're going to do it. I know it's a weird thing to ask for, but there's almost a part of me that thinks that, you know, if they want to do an expansion that isn't an insane overhaul to the game, that's just an add-on that's a bit cheaper, like for example, Factorio basically, so making it give you ways to make the game look pretty. That would be perfect for a separate expansion mod. And I'm wondering if that's like the future for Factorio, that they just keep working on it, and it's not. Maybe eventually there is a version 3, or they completely restart and it becomes a 3D game or something like that. But maybe, the far future post version 2.0 is that you can buy expansion packs that are smaller, more dedicated, or that you'd be able to just buy the elevated rails. Part of me thinks they won't do that because they're sort of, from the more traditional gaming approach where, it's not microtransactions, it's not, a monetization of, you can't buy all with cash sort of thing. So I don't think they will do that actually, but I think it gives it the option. But yeah, it was just a very interesting point as to sort of how many official mods are we getting, basically. And yeah, I apologise for how snotty I'm sounding. It's just, I say, I think I'm coming down with something, but I'm sure I'll probably be fine tomorrow, and it was no problem. Right, so yes, the more sort of super speculative stuff. I'm tempted to do separate videos on these, but the big question is, so what does this mean for space age, basically? So we know we're getting elevated rails. We're presumably going to be able to build them on other planets. Can't see why not. But is there going to be some more integration of rails into the, say, the space platforms, for example? Is there a version of trains coming that will be able to run on sort of special space tracks, as it were? And how would that work in terms of if you've built two platforms? So say I'm basing this more on how SpaceX works. I don't know that they'll go with this in Vanilla Factorio, but if you wanted to connect two of them via a rail, would you need a separate research, or can you just use normal rail? Is there a special train that is for carrying between, carrying things in space, or, how is trains going to work in space? My assumption is that it doesn't mean anything. My wild speculation was that we'll get some kind of elevator, space elevator. I don't think they're going to do that. They've basically said that it's going to be via rockets, but I think that would be like a really cool thing. Future expansion, that you have a space elevator. Basically, you can send the trains basically straight up into the space platform, and that'd be really cool. They could take ages to do it. Obviously, space elevator would be huge, but it'd be a really different way of approaching things rather than rockets or things like that. The other thing on that was I'm really intrigued to see what the whole space platforms are now. I mean, obviously I was intrigued to start with, but we haven't really got much of a hint as to what a platform is, what a spaceship is, what a rocket means. How we're going to transport between planets. So I'm kind of hoping that's the next big one they do. We seem to be getting a cadence of that's really like heavy for really big updates. I don't know if that's because they're getting them out now and then it'll be a bit quieter over Christmas and they'll take some holiday type of thing. But we've had 6 of the new Friday Facts. 3 of them have been like new mechanics, so 50% of them new mechanics, and the other 3 were like huge improvements. Some a bit more subtle than others or edge casey, but we've had 6 updates, and all of them have been enormous. There's not been one, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but there's not one that's just we're now tweaking the graphics, which I always love to see. But there's a difference between tweaking the graphics and it still works exactly the same way, and introducing elevated rails. These are big gameplay things. So I don't know if we're getting all of that to start with. It feels like they'd want to lead. Every time we've done a big update in Factorio, they've left things for us to find in the actual game. So, Spidertron and stuff like that. They have surprises. So, they've obviously got a bit of a policy of leave some of the stuff for people to find out. And we're a year away, and we're already getting these enormous, information drops. So I'm sort of staggered as to how much is going to be in it. It has been years, of course. It's years literally since the game came out. But I always assumed they took like a year off, basically, and took a big period of time just to ideate, and just take holidays and not be quite so full on. And I know they refactored the code from a sort of a quite, fundamentally, so they sort of rewrote the engine essentially. So it sounds like, it hasn't, and they has been basically keeping going at the same sort of pace they had before. So, 6 updates in, 3 huge improvements, 3 massive new mechanics. How much is in this game? It's going to be insane, in a good way. And we also know, we've had teases of things that we've not been explored any further. So, we know there's new planets. Was it 4 new planets or 3 new planets? We know there's new resources. No hint as to what those are. There's those 3 machines that were teased in the previous Friday Facts. There's also the new biters. So that, at the very least, is 7 huge updates that we knew were coming, but we haven't heard any word on. Are those, how big are those? How much stuff is there? I had all these questions about the space stuff. So how do platforms work? How do we build spaceships? How does the asteroids thing work? That's also been sort of teased but not really shown. And also, what's the end point of the game now? The end of the game, the You've Won screen, came up when you launched a rocket. Well, it's obviously not going to be that anymore. So what is the end point of the game? What are we doing where it's, gives us the stamp, and basically gives us the achievement? Because although Factorio, the type of game it is an infinite sort of a game, there has to be a point, because there's an achievement to say you've won the game. So what is that point, and what is it for someone who's new to the game can say, right, I have finished this game, let me play on, sort of thing. So yeah, I'm really excited to find out what are the answers to some of those are. So yeah, those are all my sort of speculations and thoughts on the new rail stuff. Whether any of them are kind of true, and I say it's another tough one to comment on, because it's all just positive to me. It's not, even where I'm trying to be a bit more critical about the graphics, it's like, well, and I say, even that criticism, when you see it small scale, as you would actually see it in game, looks great. It doesn't actually look wonky when it's in the game. It's just this blown up version, I think, that emphasizes the strange orthogonal shape, or orthogonal projection thing. So, you'd have to be zoomed right in to see it like that. Normally, you're going to see it like this. Looks great. It doesn't actually look like a problem. So yeah, I think that's it for all the speculation I've got. Whether any of that makes it into the video, or is I just leave it for the live stream, I don't know. But what I need to do now is switch over to the game, and we'll start playing Angels. I've timed that really well as well, actually. It's 6 o'clock there. So I'll just go on pause for a second, if I can find the button. Hello and welcome back. This is just picking up the Angels playthrough now. I'll explain what I've done. I did actually play. I'm just trying to check the Factorio sound because I hadn't reset it. It seems a little quiet, doesn't it? So I will boost that up. Let's take that up to about 80% or so. Let's see. Yeah, that seems a bit better. Okay. Yes, so I played a little bit. It was actually on the Monday, I think. Little bit more because with the discovery that certainly all of this basic stuff, you know, basic production things are identical. Again, apologies for my nose. What it is, I don't know, but hopefully nothing bad. I say with the discovery that all of green circuits is made the same way. You know, gears and pipes the same way. You've got this wrinkle. This is where Angels really seems to actually do something. Different. You know, with how you make the ores and all that sort of stuff. That's what I want to focus on. You know, the different... Oh, excuse me again. Let's just take a... Yeah, so, and you make stone out of this, you know, rubble stuff and, you know, all of those, but coal power, boilers, all identical. So what I've essentially done is filled out all of the things. So these are probably not big enough. This is probably slightly too big. But you see there's all of the machines in. I've got big long row of smelters there. I probably need more here because it gets stuck. But I've put all of the green circuit machines in. And in particular, I've put in this. So this is my build for the early game. This is my Kickstarter base. And so, as you can see, I plopped it down with a blueprint before, and now I've actually started filling it out. I left these as a reference thing. And where we've done the research, you know, it's ready to go, basically. I also filled out I could do it with another radar, couldn't I, actually? Let's go and put another radar down there. I also filled out, or filled up all of the boxes. So we have lots of, well, not lots, but a good chunk of iron and copper and stuff in the research boxes, so we'll be able to do a few of those that I haven't yet filled out. It just seemed sensible to do that because what I'm most interested in is the different stuff, the new stuff, and since all of the basics is the same, I figured there wasn't much point me playing through that yet again, since we're meant to be focused on Angels. Also means I'm probably going to do the same as well, because I'm not sure where we'll get to, but if it's bots or something, I'll just use my existing bots blueprint, fill that out between the things. But yes, we're ready to go with a good amount of stuff in the boxes. So we might as well chuck in a few researches. I'm thinking about doing the defense ones because I'm sure we'll have to go and claim something off the biters really soon. But these were the oil ones. Copper smelting. What's that? Advanced steel smelting. Because although we've got the ability to make the machines that do, what does that depend on? Fluid control. Let's put that on then. Yeah. Ooh. Although we've got the ability to. Ability to what? To build the machines that make steel. We can't actually make steel. I also have these other machines. So chemical plants are different. And we'll build a liquefier and an electrolysis because I believe we need to use oxygen, I think, for making the steel. Looking at the recipes. But I can't select a recipe on these yet because we've not done those researches. I like these models. They don't really fit it. I don't know if that's because I've got like the artisanal mod on. They don't really fit with Factorio because Factorio is dirty and dingy, and these are all clean. It makes them distinct. There's a bit of must there, but I don't know I think that's changed. That was the, you know, they did an update. I don't know if it's just because I've not set it properly. But yeah, I mean, I like the designs, but you know, this looks like some futuristic technology, and this is, you know, a bunch of metal plates stuck together with spit and sawdust, you know. So what I can start doing as well, stamping this over the top, so it'll make the gun turrets and things like that. I might just fill it all out. I've shown you these ones are the ones that I've, you know, already built, so I might as well get it all set up, and then I can just keep stamping it down. And also let it chug through the research while we do this. Just that one, that one. We're going to run out of boxes, I think. We'll see. These will be, you know, power poles, basically. I think everything up here... Oh, there's one down at the bottom, which is engines, I think, maybe? I'll have to see. Transport belt is in the way. Oh, that's just because the thing's there. Right, let's top up with more inserters. It's just doing this last one here. I think that's the one we need. And let's get some light. Oh, well, let's get some boxes first. Power poles is fine. Whatever. Lights. And some assemblers. Okay. What I guess it won't make, because I think these are meant to be... Yeah, we've got chemical plants and stuff in here, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. Because we've got chemical plants, so it must be a different sort of recipe. Chemical plant 1. Huh. So why is that not stamped on the top there? Maybe it can't make chemical plant 1? No, it can. Or maybe it's put it in as chemical plant 2 or something? Seems to be the same ingredients though. But I should also set up electrolyzer, you know, liquefier, those sorts of things. So what do they look like? They're stone brick, iron plate. So I think it's the same stuff. If we take off this filter, and I can't take off the filter, can I? But I can get rid of that because I've got a separate production, I think. So and then just replace that like that. We can then underground that. So this is... I can always put some chests in to do those things differently. Well, I don't think I need that, do I? Because it doesn't need steel. Oh, well, a minute. Stone brick, iron plate. So let's take that under there. So I think this is the same stuff. Right, So this, if we make this the electrolyzer, make this the liquefier. Yep, it's all the same stuff. Get there in there. So you need pipe, stone. So you need pipe, iron plate. Okay, so that's them. Chemical plant we got now. What else? There's another machine that would be worth. In fact, let's get, you know, shotgun, shells on the go, and all that sort of stuff. So this is molten iron, but we need induction furnace, which is the same stuff again. Casting machine, same stuff again. Good, good, good. So this would be induction furnace, casting machine. There's another one, isn't there? Oops. I didn't limit these chests. Oops. Do these not? Yeah, they need circuit. I don't. I don't want to put them in the box. It's the brick. And then they all need pipe, I think. So. Gears. Yeah, so they'll just trickle them out. So what's the other machine that's... Well, there's two, aren't there? There's... Is it the sorter? Yeah. So it's the ore crusher. Oh, which is a chained one. So we've got the ore... that's it, ore sorting facility. Blast furnace. Is blast furnace new? Casting machine, blast furnace, induction furnace. So, is that... So it's induction furnace, casting furnace. We don't have a blast furnace. Okay. So we want a blast furnace. Same stuff again. We like this, we like this. Nice and easy. Chests. And then what was the other ones? We got the blast furnace. And the ore crusher. Or ore sorting rather, yep. So that's the same again. And that. This is one of the like happy discoveries I found with this, you know, way I've done this basically, because it's actually it lends itself really well to a lot of the expansion packs, because, you know, I mean, really there should be a wall here that, you know, doing, but just expanding it the lines down is really easy with how I've done it. It's not through design; it's entirely a fluke. You're getting all your ingredients, aren't you? Yes. Okay, so the one that's left is the old ore crusher, which appears to use a burner ore crusher. And that uses a stone furnace. Okay. So that's a little more complicated. It would fit really well on there, but... can't do. So can I just use this side? Let's have a look, because this is here, you see, so I know that that works. These are randomly here because this is where there'd be a garage, basically. So, if you are producing stone furnaces and you're feeding them in to something making a burner ore crusher, then it can get the other bits. It's got those, and it's got those. And then we don't want to store them particularly, because we want to make ore crushers, which then require the other bits and pieces. Okay, so you go in there, you go in there. Actually, it's doing the other one. That light on. So you need stone, which is there. You need stone and gear wheels, and you need those stone bricks, stone plate, iron plate rather, and gears. So iron plate is down on that side. Gears is there. Do you need? You need stone brick as well. Okay. Helps if I put the inserter the right way around. Okay. Like 2 of them just to we don't bottleneck on that bit. Cool. And have we made a few of everything? Yeah, made a few of everything there. Okay. Have we researched something else? Or is it just like recipes? So we've got labs and all that. So there's something new here. That's just a recipe. Got both of them. Got all 3 of them. Military stuff is as per normal. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all fine and dandy. Now, can we give these a recipe? Yes. So you make iron ingots out of iron ore. Okay. You then... Oh, you make that out of molten iron. Okay. Okay. So it's a chain thing. So this takes iron ore and makes iron ingots. This takes iron ingots and makes molten iron. This takes molten iron and makes iron plate. Okay. How do I make steel then? Oh, you make steel ingots out of iron ingots. Okay. Blast furnace 1 does make them. Induction furnace 1, as does casting machine 1. Is that a casting machine? Blast furnace, induction. No, that's a casting machine. So it's the same chain, it's just that what we would be doing is turning them into... No, I've got confused. I think we might have run out of science or something. This doesn't seem to be happening. Let's go and see. Oh no, it is ticking over. We can refill it anyway. Because it looks like that hasn't actually opened up. Steel, that's opened up another way of making iron. Which I'm sure is massively more efficient, but... oh, I've got loads left. It's obviously just a complicated recipe. Oh, of course, it's mostly red science, I think, isn't it? So it's not really used any of them. Okay. So what I did also do is kind of set it up to hive off the iron ore. It's possibly why it's a bit stuck, but this here, I'm at the moment feeding it back in, but this is the problem with doing this that I've done. This is actually it's like 3, things all in one go, and the problem is you get some of them don't get. If you can't get enough stuff, it will just stop making it, so you end up with a few, and that's quite common when it's getting to the stage where it's backed up. So I've occasionally had to go in and either add more furnaces on, but part of it, of course, is that we should probably use the iron ore to make steel at this stage, because you sort of need to have a flow through. Another solution would be to loop it back around, but again, at the moment it is producing a full belt, so so we kind of need to take out the iron ore and then it would work a bit better. It's fine, we're not exactly starving for it. But yes, it looks like what we should be doing. I think I've probably put it on the other side now that I've seen it. But we would take iron ore and convert it into, let's put this somewhere that's a bit of room. In fact, can I go and get a stack of these? I also put lights on and stuff like that, so it should be a bit easy to see, but as I say, it just made a lot of sense to kind of make it. So, we'll grab, in fact, if they only stack to 10, we want more than that. If that only stacks to 10, we want more than that. Oh, that's not even capped. Okay. So, this is what? That's a metallurgy. So let's have a look at the recipe again. It makes them out of iron ingots. Okay. I think I might give myself plenty of room. So if that ends up being the iron ore coming that way, and it puts it out on another belt that is iron ingots, I guess. Would that make sense? I'm not sure what the ratios are. But I could also just downward set it, couldn't I? So that was actually... Well, they took a while to pick up. So if this was the iron... yeah. So if this is making the iron things, and this would make the steel, obviously we've not got that yet, then this gonna need the big boys, I will say that. Need some power bars. I obviously don't know if it's 1-to-1 or what have you, but you know, they're taking in the iron ore and outputting the iron ingots. Then these guys need to pick up the iron ingots. Other way around. And put out the steel ingots. And then that would loop back around, basically. And then, as I understand that recipe, it then goes into a machine making, so it goes into an induction furnace, which is that one. Ah, and this is where we get into, this is a liquid. So maybe it'd be better to put it there. And so that could be the steel coming that way. Just put some connections on there. That reach? Oh. That's annoying. Let's put it there. There then. Okay. Oh, it needs fuel as well. Okay. Do you need fuel? We don't know. Okay. So we're going to have to hive off some things. So this being one-sided isn't a bad idea then. If we do underground there. Do I want to do it there? Yeah, let's do it there. And then take that under like that. that will be the in there. Could just upgrade that to a fast. I don't have the thingy on, do I? I was going to add the rate calculator. So molten iron. So it takes 4 seconds. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. So iron ingot requires 24 iron, but only takes 4 seconds to craft. And it produces 24, so it's a 1-to-1. So, wow. The output's huge then, isn't it? I think it's more than the belt, isn't it? So it's making what? I'm starting to wonder if direct insertion might not be bad. Obviously we don't know. Is that really that expensive, or is it just... Seems to be taking ages. I could go and add another lab on, or 2 labs actually. I'd normally have 2 of them anyway, so... Oh. Okay. Let's go and do that quickly then. Didn't really look at what the power's doing either. Ooh, we could do with some more. We are now making furnaces and stuff, so it's pretty easy to add them on. But we're obviously burning through the coal. Cool. So let's double that up. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe these would be better with a direct insertion. Because they're making... I mean, they require 24 iron ore every 4 seconds. So it's 12... 6 iron ore a second, which is basically a yellow belt, isn't it? Or, half a yellow belt is 7.5, so one of these machines is eating half a belt. So I think, actually, yeah... I think we'll rethink this. And we probably only need 2. Or, well... So if that was 4, 12, 6, 12, 18. That's an entire belt. Okay. I have the room for this. So that then is now like a proper belt coming in. But would it be better if it's coming in the back? So this is now the iron ore here. And as it happens, there's a really convenient point to do that now. Stone brick seems quite low. Is that having the same problem? No, it's just because there's not enough crushed stuff coming through. That's fine. So yes, this is now going to be coal, isn't it? Just coal on its own. And we have... Does that need to be... It does, doesn't it? That needs to be 1 over. This will be the steel one, which is about to finish. So that may... Oh, it needs oxygen gas. Okay. Oh, there's a little... connecty point. Okay. So that's that. What speed do you run at then? Oh, it only makes 6 steel ingots. Okay, 6, 12, 18, 24. Okay. So that's where it becomes smaller. Let's pick up this. How much rubbish have I got on the inventory? Put that in there. Those in there. What have I got here? Iron ingots in there. So yeah, we're going to have to underground that, I think. That makes sense. Like that. Okay. Or 2 do? Probably, well, let's just do 3 for the time being. So, this is the coal. And then this is the iron all being transferred over. Coal. So we hive off some coal here. Yeah, I need to go and connect this up, don't I? So that's just filtering off the iron ore proper. Which I say should somewhat help with the backing up issue, but not fully. And then we want... Actually, would it be better if that was like that? And then I can put that on that side. Let's just whack 2 in. Well, no, let's not be silly. Let's just whack 1 in. Why have you stopped? You stopped because you've not got oxygen. Okay, we need to sort that out. But assuming you get oxygen... How am I going to arrange that? Because I would only have 1 out. Oh, but then it's slower, isn't it? So 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. So here then. Although, can I direct insert? This must be the... Wait, what? So you're going to make steel ingots. Oxygen gas. And you make 6 steel ingots. And what do you do then? Oh, you turn it into molten steel. Okay. But you need 120. No, you make 120 out of 12. So your crafting time is... So you're doing 3... You require 3 ingots a second. 4, 8, 12. 3 ingots a second. And you're making 6 every 4 seconds. So every 1 second you're only making 1.5. What did you need? You needed 3, didn't you? So 3... yeah, so 2 of these would feed 1 of those. So really, this should be the other way around. Alright, so you can also make molten iron. I wonder why we would want to do that. Because it's 2. Can't do the power poles like that. Which is a real problem. Unless... Can I move that down? That was there. No, it's a different size, isn't it? Well, it's the same size, but... It would need to be there. That's annoying. So, we'll have to get the oxygen in a slightly different way. So if you're making molten steel, that's your output, okay. And these guys need oxygen. Okay. So that should be there. No? There. So I can move that around so they're both on the same on the side rather than the front. But what do we do with it then? How do I make actual steely steel? Steely steel. Steely steel. There it is. We use a casting machine. That requires 40, so it requires 10 a second. This would be pumping out 40, 30 a second. So one of these could support 3 casting machines. Which are the casting machines? That's a casting machine. So one of these can support 3 of these. Well, that's got a weird arrangement of Ujima flips on it, doesn't it? If I just pop that on for pumping. Because that's a belt-based output. So maybe I just put them like that. We need to have oxygen coming in for these. Somehow. If we had, medium power bars, that wouldn't be such a eyesore. But there you go. Now we're going to get that out. I guess we need to connect those somehow, somewhere. So we need to produce oxygen. So we're not finished yet, but. Wait, it was one of those fed 3, wasn't it? And well, let's just put 6 on then. Because we won't quite get that, but whatever. So you've got the solid stuff coming in. We need another power pole here. And Serta there. Yeah, so we need to get the oxygen gas before anything will happen. We also need to give these power. How best to do that? There we go. Let's just do that quickly. Like that. And these need to reach over. Like so. And that needs to connect into that. So, if we can get it oxygen, I think that'll work. How do we do electrolysis? How do we get oxygen? So we take dirty water. I assume that's just regular water. Yeah, regular water. Oh, it makes slag. Okay. The heck do we do with slag? Well, we'll stick it in a chest for now, obviously. We need hydrogen to go somewhere as well. But I don't have fluid storage, do I? Was vents one of the... Yeah, flare stack. So fluid control gives us valves. Oh, there we go. There's fluid handling. So that's coming up next. So if we get a flare stack and we get a... Oops. Oh, why wouldn't it let us do that? Fluid control. Oh, we need other stuff as well. Oh, then I need steel processing. So it really does kind of flesh out the early game, doesn't it? Let's just put these on. But this looks like a later solution then. Still wouldn't let me do it. What have I missed off? Automation 2. Okay. Okay, so we've got a nice big stack of research. Let's go and make sure we've got bits and pieces in the... Because I noticed this is a real trickle now. Yeah, let's go and top the science majigs up. That's the technical term. Science majigs. Right. Do 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 do. Oh, so it has started using them. Nice. Yes, so oxygen. So I don't know how I do this without a flare stack. Because I've got nowhere to put... Let's try and get some light on this as well. Nowhere to put the... Put the stuff. It needs to be connected to water. So does that suggest we run a hydrogen pipe down here maybe? We've ended up not actually using that area. That. And then where would we want to go? We would want to go through here, wouldn't we? Ideally. And then across there, so... that maybe? Boopy boop. Actually, let's do the dog leg here. They've obviously added. I know they did note about doing an indication noise, and it is doing a different sound basically, which is just distracting me each time. But I like it. It's not the noise it would usually make. And after 3,000 hours, you get very used to the noise it usually makes. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Let's do it there then. If you're gonna be a pain in the bum. So we need electrolysis, which is that one. Don't know how much electrolysis. Don't know how the pipes work. So water in. Oh, actually, probably, yeah. Actually, it'd be better if this was oxygen coming up, maybe, rather than water. So if we put the oxygens here, flush all of that out. Absolute godsend after they introduced that. Yes, so you're making that. Okay. So it's just like a chemical lab, only going a lot further apart. How much do you actually make then? So every 4 seconds, it makes 30. So 2 seconds, it's 15. So it makes 7.5 a second. And what I meant to do is slag. I bet it can be made into one of these, can't it? Slag. How much do you need? No? No? Yeah. 60 oxygen for a 4-second craft. So 15 per second. We got 3 of them, in theory. 15, 30, 45. Isn't that what this makes? Doesn't this make exactly 15? So every 15... No, 7.5. So we would need 6 of these. 2, 4... That feels... I don't know how realistic it's doing electrolysis, but that feels power system breaky. Okay. Oh, quite like that animation. In fact, why don't I do... Well, I've got to get the slag out as well, so... Yeah, the noise it's making is a little bit confusing. But what's that giving us? Fluid control. Flare stack next. Okay. Actually, I don't need to connect it up to both sides. What have I done there? So, that one. Yeah. There. Okay. Okay. Slag. Let's just run a belt here. Oh. Slag coming out of these sides and just going into a chest or two. So I'm sure it has some use. I do not know what that use is. Let's put some lights on the matter. And then yeah, quite like that little animation, but oops. Yeah, we'll put the flare stack here when we can eventually do it, but I think the priority, well, the next step is probably going to be boosting up the power. Cool. I bet that makes a tiny amount of steel, and then just... Yeah, these all just stop, because we've got nowhere to put the thing without this. What's it require? Cool. Probably go and add it to the... What do we call it? What did our power spike at? 4.4. Oh, is that all? Oh, we have got up to 9. Yeah, we'll add some more power on. But we'll also add a little extra thing here. Because we might just be able to squeeze in flare stacks there as well. Right, power. Pipes. Let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Power poles. Already got some belt. I have to do a proper restock as well. Do we actually make some steel? Fluid ingredient. Oh, I never connected this to that. So this has got oxygen in it. Things are happening. Things are happening. We have steel. We have steel. We also have flare stacks, so we can put that on. Ooh, oh, these are all the valves. Okay. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Don't need to do that though. Let's pop the flare stack on then. Oh, well, let's put 2 of them on. I don't know if this is kind of more cooperative than Bob, but telling you. No, she's actually using. No, doesn't seem to show. Pollution 15 a minute. Crafting speed 2. What does crafting speed 2 mean? Oh, the pipe's empty, so... Okay. Let's add this extra power. Yeah, we're teasing up. Okay. Better. Oh, well, while we're here, let's top up the science. Oh. Okay. What does steel processing do then? Oh, it gives me chests, okay. A little bit more flow of, you know, stuff there. You can do things like they can basically squish, because these are called like pebbles and rubble or something, and you can sort of squish them together and make up more iron ore, so it feels like that's kind of how we would need to actually manage it. But it's a low production system at the moment. Tiny trickle of steel is fine. Don't think we've got any recipes that depend on it anyway. But yeah, let's add this flare stack. Got circuit pipe. So it's the same stuff again. It's the same stuff again. And is it both circuits and yep. Put that there. One of you. Cap that off. Realise there's not enough stone brick. Right, let's go and grab some of these. In fact, let's put that there. I don't really need... Do I need 2 stacks of all of these? Let's just have one. Oh! Time being. How many of those have I got? 6. Well, it wouldn't have made any because it's not getting stone brick. What about this? Liquefier. Don't need them. Turned out we needed more electrolyzers than initially considered. Crushers. And then, what about pipes? Get them. Pop that off. Inserters, yeah. Those. Make sure we topped up our belt. Oh, didn't need splitters. Thought we needed splitters, but we do not. We do need undergrounds though. Okay. I have a random extra. Those. We can top that off. Them. We only have one chemical plant, okay. Oh, so it needs iron plate. Interesting. And what about the rest? Lights. Nothing new about there. Power poles. What do I need? Oh, we can go and punch some trees. Make sure we've got boxes and what have you. Didn't I top that off? Yeah, I did. Radar. Make it half stack. Let's start carrying around some turrets. In case we want to do some biter clearance. And a bit of extra ammo. I'll leave the walls. Okay. I think we're nicely stocked up. Yeah, what next? Awaken engines. That's good. Because that's there. We don't have any oil processing stuff. And power poles. Steel power poles. But that's kind of it, really. This is chemical plants and I can't remember what. Oh, it's like gates and landfill. Did I not? I thought I did the military. I did, but grenades come in military too, don't they? Ah, so you've got a different type of wall. Basic defensive wall. And an actual wall. Interesting. Steel chests. Are they in this? Let's have a look. Pop down something. It was not steel chests. Okay. Oh, it was all this gubbins here. Okay. guess the next step is the next base, the bot base. But that needs oil and stuff like that. Just wondering if it's worth really doing anything with these. So we could look at maybe... I don't actually know how it works. Is it just sticking them together in a machine? If it is, I can't see the recipe. How do I make... So you can make... Turn 4... Oh, it's a burnt... What? Oh, it's the other way. I thought it was you take iron pebbles and turn them into iron ore, but it's the other way around. Turn iron ores into iron pebbles. Okay. Unless there is like a reverse. Because that turns the saphirite. Makes iron plate out of nuggets. So until we got something resembling more of a... I mean, we could set up a, you know, like a science, actual sort of science production line. Just to get things moving, because we seem to have the same, like an exaggerated version of vanilla Factorio in that, I mean, none of these, well, I'm making an assumption, but I'm assuming chemical science, yeah, it's the same stuff. But look at all of this stuff. We can get all this way down the tech tree just with red and green science. We get loads of stuff. I bet some of it uses, you know, other ingredients and that, but crawler construction robot. Interesting. Early but slow robots for construction work. Okay. Crawler Robobox. I like that, Robobox. But we don't have science. Oh, hello, Flashco. These crawler bots are nice. They're good, are they? Maybe we head towards that then. I say it's like there's loads of stuff that's just red and green science. So I think I'm going to set up a, you know, actual science production. I wouldn't normally do that, but there's just so much. Geode processing, okay. I wonder where they are then. I wonder where we get geodes from. A cannon turret? Look at that. It's all red and green science again, you see. So, obviously, power's the same. What the heck is that? Cooling solutions, okay. Again, all red and green, red and green. And then military as well, you know. I mean, military's doesn't require oil, so we can do all of them as well without touching the bot base. The heck is that? An electric boiler. Oh, 100 cargo capacity for loggy ones. The starting network is very, very bad. Okay. I don't probably head towards that then. But as I say, TNT. Oh, it's just explosives. Okay, it's just a reskinning. Plastic 3. Plastic 2. Plastic 1. Basic chemistry, gas and oil extraction, hydro refining. So this all looks, you know, really expanded, which is good. it's just going to take me a small ice age to get there, given I've got like 2 machines that I'm having to fill up with boxes. So let's actually build something more like a proper science build. Ish. I mean, it's not going to be big, but... think of having to use medium electric poles to expand your logging network. Okay. Yeah, so quite small range, quite compacted. I think I'll tack it on the end. I think that makes the most sense. But if I extend this down... Ages since I did an old school proper science build. You've been using my blueprints for so long. Right. Let's think this through. If we do that there. In fact, no. Let's put you at the end. So I do red sides there. And then you're going to need copper. What are the ratios on that? It's just 1 to 1, isn't it? Yeah. So if we just have there, I put that there. Is it 6 cents? 6 seconds? It's weird how you get used to doing things in a, you know, a different way, as it were, because feels like I think there's also a slight just wanting to check, because I don't know if Angels does change any of that. It doesn't seem to, but yep. And the crawlers are slow, but 100 cargo more than makes up for it. I know, because I'm taking a break from my Angel map for a few hours. Okay. How far are you through then? Are you I mean, is it your first playthrough of that, or you know, you sort of you know, how far down the tech tree are you, sort of thing? And how have you been finding it? Because this is just Angels, so it's not got Bobs on it, but it's got all of Angels. And I think a lot of people don't bother with this bio stuff. But, right. So I need to get inserters in there. And then we'll just whack on a couple of assemblers. Actually, if I do it... Let me think. Do that. Just trying to think how I can arrange it that's nice and simple. And then making it stupidly complicated because it's me. Right. In fact, let's put you there. That Biddly Bob is it just keeps confusing me because it's louder than the, you know, the normal. In fact, we need fasts on that, don't we? Red and green science, second run ever. First run, I got the smelting lines up and gave up after nearly 20 hours. Oh, right, okay. So this is just Angels. I did a separate Bob's playthrough. Mostly, really, I'll be honest, part of it's like a curiosity to see what, you know, which bit is in Bob's and which bit is in Angels. And I was quite sort of surprised by the fact that this is, you know, like the science and stuff is all like completely vanilla. I was kind of not expecting that, really. Should I use? I probably shouldn't I? Let's just use these then. So no, I can't. I can. So I need. Oh, yeah, I can still grab green circuits from there. Can I? Just got all this production of belts, so I might as well... belts, inserters. So I might as well steal that. Let's just go down the spaghetti route, shall we? So we just pop that there. And which one? Let's go with that one. Let's do... oops. Oh, that's on the wrong side. Do it like that then. Okay. I think your mall is better than my way I run so far. Of course, Bob Angels is so much difficulty. Yeah. I mean, this is... So I've done an entire... Well, it's not really a complete series because I'm sort of doing it in bits and pieces. But there's loads of like streams basically of me, you know, kind of designing this. It's not really a mall as such. It's more a sort of a starter base. But you know, it went through loads of iterations, so it's not. I've not just made this up on the spot. It's an old design. The main reason I'm using it was just the whole, as I say, I was sort of a bit surprised to discover that obviously you got all the new machines, but you know, lights are made the exact same way, radars are made the exact same way, military's all the same, so I can just reuse those blueprints, which is very nice to find, but I was not expecting that. I forgot to pick up the labs, didn't I? Let's go and get those then. I probably need to upgrade some of these inserters. That one. That's not putting out fast enough really, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, the extra biddly bob. I'm not sure about that. They added that in the most recent patch, but it's distracting me. What am I looking for? Labs. But yeah, the idea of this, so it's like it's a system where I've got a burner base, which looks like that, and it's actually sat down the bottom here. And it's just literally, you know, a couple of labs, machines to make red and green science, and then a few belts and inserters, so you can get the next phase up and running, which is this Kickstarter base. They come with all fancy defences. I tend to go a bit over the top. They're not really purely super efficient builds, but is this basically is the Kickstarter base. And then the next phase is a bot base, which, as you can sort of... No, that's not the bot base, is it? That's the bot base. There you go. So there, that's then got blue science and military science in it as well. But it's basically like it's got lasers and stuff like that. So the idea is you sort of teching up with those builds, and then the next phase would then be build a bus, and there's a whole set of blueprints around that. So got blueprint science builds and all sorts of stuff like that. So wish I could make green chips. Yeah. I have to make several grades of circuits for each colour. Yeah, it's sort of... I didn't mind those sorts of tweaks when I was playing through. One of the things because I loads of hours in Factorio, but I always sort of kind of held off a bit on the mods, and it was partly that whole thing of I don't know about complexity, but complexity for complexity's sake. So making it, you know, oh, you got to build 20 different things before you can just build a water pump sort of a thing. And I thought that would annoy me. And I played Factorio 2. Actually, well, I gave it a go, and I was right. It did annoy me. But but then I gave it a go later on once I'd sort of, I don't know, changed my headspace a bit, and actually really enjoyed it. So I've been trying to sort of catch up with the different mod packs. So as I did the Bobs to see what that was all about, and yeah, it involves it. Does it go up to level 6 or something with the thing? Someone was telling me about a mod called 5dim, which does like up to level 10, I think, assembler, something silly like that. Right, so let's queue up some more research. So let's have a look at these construction bots. And I guess now that we've got steel, we could do armor. But biters are basically on passive with no expansion. So when I want to mess about with them, they're quite cool looking. I presume they're just like trundle along on the floor. But yeah, when I get to the need to do combat, I will sort of pick it up from there. But so the biters are here, but neutered essentially, just so that I can experiment with science, military, when I want to, without having to worry about them. I should be close to using it all. No, it is stacking up a little bit. Okay, I'll just put extra ones on then. Oh, I haven't done a research speed actually. So. Right. Okay. Yeah, cool. 5dim can get very, very, very nuts. Yeah. It wasn't you telling me about 5dim last week, then, was it? I'm afraid I get a bit lost because I tend to do different. You know, I don't just stream the same thing, and I only do it once, you know, at the weekend. So apologies if that was you. In fact, it was, wasn't it? But yeah, I took a look at that. That seemed a bit sort of interesting. I think that probably is a bit too far for me. Okay, so we've got engines now. And we're going a bit better on science. Let's grab some belts. Electric furnace, 12 beacons, making steel, 111 crafting speed at 96% productivity, destroying 66.5 megawatts of power. And if you do run 5dim with just the fun parts, need to add in a marathon, not expensive, or both. Okay. So sort of self-compensating, as it were, sort of making it, you know, so that you need that sort of production to balance it out. It did something else, and I was not paying attention. What was it? Ah, it was the crawler bots, wasn't it? So let's have a look at them. Pumps. So maybe 2. All right, so you have a separate barreling pump. Okay. We can make storage tanks now. That's good. Petrochem small inline tank. All the insane fluid barreling. Big storage chest. Big passive provider chest. Big chest. Crawler robo box, here we go. 60 steel, wow. Small construction zone expander. Crawler construction box. So if we make... Oh, I need engines and steel. Let's grab some of that then. Steel. And put them away. Okay, so let's make one of them, one of them, one of them. And where have you gone? You're there. So that's a crawler construction bot. Did I set the cargo robots? Okay. So crawler construction robot, early robot, slow robot, construction robot. The early robot with large storage capacity for robots but limited charging capabilities. 14 by 14. Okay. And then I guess I just put the robots in. Yep. Well, it holds quite a lot, doesn't it? Core construction bolt. Did I build one of the extender? Okay. So yeah, she say it's sort of a medium power pole-ish type distance. Okay. So if I then... I haven't actually got any of them, have I? But don't I need some way of giving the... Oh, here we go. So, passive provider, big storage chest. One-time server for logistics network. Contents available on this network. Okay. How am I going to do that then? So... I'm assuming big means it's big, so... Yeah, okay. This doesn't require power then? Extensive construction zone, the logistics network. No, okay. I should have. So if I put something in just to test it, so I understand what it's doing. If I do a... Okay. Boop. Okay. So how would I fit them in? I would have to rework all of this, wouldn't I? Okay, let's make some of those then. Oh! Oh, we beat the game. We ever build anything above tier 4. Ah, right, okay. 250 science with expensive settings. 15-second science research. I was consuming 89,000 science per minute. Wow. With only 368 labs. Just that work with it are 2x2 and not 1x1, yeah. Okay. Well, that's not necessarily, it's not necessarily a problem, because I can basically come in and, I've got a light there, so it would fit in that space there. So I could do that without too much hassle. So let's get it building, the components. Where can I pop those in? So, am I gonna... Oh no. If I do... Didn't I do... Power poles? Yes, I did. Okay. So if I put... So I'm keen... I don't know about a bit of mistake, but... It's probably a bit harsh calling it that, but... I kind of didn't really make use of a lot of the stuff in Bob's, you know, because it's got the... You know, recharging things for robots and all that sort of stuff, and I just didn't really use any of it. And I should have done, really. You know, I kind of waited... I kind of just used normal robots. I should have had lots of charging things and all that sort of stuff. So let's not do level 2 until we've built level 1. Coal processing, okay. Let's do some of these then. We'll do processing, nitrogen. Guess I could do military too, get those available. And maybe we have a lab speed. Power. Or solar panels rather. Let's do another lab speed. Just give it something to jug away on. Right. Oops. What was I going to do? I was going to put that there. Do that. Give it a filter. Now, where are they? Oh, big requester chest. Okay. So it's a proper logistics thing quite early then. Because obviously you don't get proper... That's a weird... Small remote charging station. Okay. Small logistics zone expander. Okay. So it gives you like a full logistics network. So quite early then. Interesting. But yeah, I didn't really take advantage of any of that sort of stuff. I'm just trying to see what the recipes are. It's all circuits and iron plate, isn't it? Those are iron chests. Iron plate circuits. Okay, crawler robots have motors on... engines on them though. Okay, we'll have to leave them for a little bit then. Crawler robo boxes. Oh, so that's got stone brick. Maybe if I reroute this. That's right. We're up to 900 crafting speed and an electric furnace now. Still have 6 beacon. Missing speed modules 600, not 900. Okay. For the crafting speed, I think you mean. Yeah. So these require... No, they don't. What required? Oh, that requires stone brick. Crawler robot. So if that makes the crawler robo box, it needs circuits, doesn't it? So it just about reaches. Doesn't need iron. It doesn't really need iron plate. Okay. So if we put that in there. Instead, that. Pop that down just to a stack. I don't know what a stack is. Was this the... Yeah, that's the crawler robo box. Okay. And then... the actual... so that requires... So which one do I know I want? I guess we want the big requester and a big... well, do we want the requester? I mean, probably eventually. But if we do that, we put that in there. Big chest. Requester. Are you going to get... Oh, you need iron chests. That's not very convenient of you. Why have you done that? That's just iron, but that needs green circuits. Okay, we'll have to put it up here then. I don't know. I mean, we established this doesn't need iron. So we can probably put it on here somewhere. So that could be making iron chests. I don't think I've ever manufactured chests in volume. And let's reach there. That's got a cliff in the way. Because of course it has. So if that makes the iron chests, and then this makes the big chests, and then puts them in there, and then you make those. Oh, you need iron as well. What a pain. Put that there. That there. And then this is the big storage. And then we need to put both of these into big chests. Are they going to fit? Put one there. And yes, we can do that. The irony that this is making what we need to build. Just hard limit some of these for the time being. We made one? We've made one. Oops. Look at this mess you're making. Right. Let's do that. So we're at least making some of those. Why have you stopped? Does it require 2 or something? 5-second craft time. 5-second. Oh, I guess because I'm trying to feed 2 into 1, aren't I? Fine. I'll let you get away with it. Unless I've got. Have I got? Yes, I have. Okay. Let's upgrade that then. Got the full 756.8 crafting speed at 96% productivity. Is nuts power draw 101 megawatts. Wowza. So you looking forward to the things like the... Oh! There appears to be no iron on the belt whatsoever. Interesting. Right, the quality stuff, because that's going to give... I think they said in vanilla it'll be max 300 prod. So, much like that, I'm sure it'll be... Yeah, it's all backed up, isn't it? Which idiot came up with this dumb idea, eh? Okay. Let's just chuck a load more in. Piles in. Oops. Whatever, some lights. Just trying to check if any of them are using. No, that one is. So we can get rid of that. And that. Because if they're using iron ore, they're never going to get any iron ore. It's a little difficult to see though. That one's iron ore up. Oh, it's not getting any stuff, so it's just. Why have you got a nugget and you're saying you're something else? Iron ore, that one as well. You. Nuggies. Go as well. Take those and. Oh, I can pick that up and because I realised that it didn't work as I thought it did. Yeah. Let's have a check. Your nuggy nugs. Cool, okay. 23.4 gigawatts of power spent on my base on just its beacons. Wow. 10 gigawatts on assemblers and 5.1 gigawatts on furnaces. Crikey. Are you powering it with solar or nuclear? Because Bob's has the... well, no, sorry, that's 5dim, isn't it? I don't know if 5dim has changed power production. Not oil burners or anything like that. But, so Bob's has the fancy nuclear. Right, so, how many of these have we made? A few. Okay. Let us build some bots then. Again, got military, which means I can stamp this down again. Get some grenades so we can clear some trees. Okay, we've got proper power poles now. Awesome. Yeah, some of them are going to be tricky to replace. I could always put one there, couldn't it? But I like that one. In fact, those are all going to be a pain in the bum to replace. But okay, let's build the crawler bots. What do those look like then? Air separation. Okay. Compressed air. Air filters. Groundwater bore. Okay. Pumps water from a deep aquifer. Slow but readily available. Clarifier. Helps to get rid of all the water you don't want. So it's a flue equivalent to a water. Okay. Hydro plant. Purifies water and separates impurities from wastewater. Water purification. Purified water and saline water. Okay. And where the heck are these bot lads? Oh, here we go. So, crawlers, oh, they need engines, aren't they? Yeah, okay. So, iron, gear wheels, circuits and steel. Iron gear wheels, circuits and steel. Okay. So. I'm deeply regretting putting this up. I thought I found a nice little niche for this. But I've managed to pen myself in with the blooming cliffs. How annoying. Did they needed steel, circuits and gear wheels. So this is the perfect place for them. I think I just have to underground over here, won't I? Have I made any grenades? Military's the tank, isn't it? Okay. Yes, we have. Excellent. Solar. I'm not using 5DM's power production. I don't like to mess with power much, so I tend to use a solar mod called Advanced Solar High Resolution. Okay. Does that add lots of extra levels of solar? You know, so like solar panels too and stuff like that. Okay, so... Okay. Okay, so spaghetti around there. Would that go one further down? It would. And then... Okay. Right. So I've at least got the relief that I'm not going to get. Oh, I moved it down one, didn't I? So I need to move it back up. That the biters aren't going to come and chew on the factory. Right. So we need engines for both. I bet, are they 5-second craft time. Engines are 12 on there, yeah. So we only need one each. Maybe. I think this is just a let it chug type situation, really. How many? Traction Sony expander. I've not got any of them. Okay. But then, do I want to put them into one of them, really? I think I probably do, don't I? Does this have logic things on it? It's pretty big, isn't it? It's not a small piece of kit. Oh, let's just let it fill it up. So, engines in the middle here. And across there. And then this can be the... Because I've not got any logic wires, have I? Okay. So if that's the... I keep forgetting where they are. Ah, is that them? Yeah. So the construction there. And cargo there. Give them access to those. Use 3 more tiers of solar with vanilla solar as the base. Using 11 vanilla plus some materials to make the tier 2. Then 12 tier 2s to make the tier 3. More materials, tier 4 to make 15. Tier 3 panels, even less resources. Only multiplies by 10 times the power tier. Okay. So top tier makes 60 megawatts per panel. Tier 10 panel only makes 330 kilowatts. Wow. That's not a very significant improvement. I wonder if I can... Because this wouldn't count as... Oh, look. A gathering turret collects certain loot dropped by enemies. Oh, right. It must have... whatchamacallit in it? Alien science. I keep forgetting where they are. Just didn't help that this is everything. Vehicles. Crawler construction vehicle. Okay. There we go. Crawler construction robot. Oh. I thought it didn't need power. Okay. Right, we got any more? Have you built me more? Have you built me more? Yes, you have. Why are you not working? Oh, because you've not been properly hooked up. And we might as well make that a tier 2. That's why when I saw that I went after the other mods very nice solar. Yeah. I think was it 5dim that just like the comment on it from the the mod developer was that making it realistic, I think was the comment. I'm not sure if that was the one I was. No, I think it was another one. What was that? Because obviously, a real solar panel doesn't pump out, whatever that was, 30 megawatts or stuff. What was it? 60 megawatts. Yeah, a real solar panel couldn't do that. Not a single one, sort of thing. But, okay, so we've got construction bots. I don't know how I'm going to get the coverage with these. I guess I could just replace them, but they're tiny. I'll have to use the extenders, I think. What was I going to do? So how have we made... So we've got 15 of those, okay. How could I redo that one? Well, I've got medium poles now, haven't I? Okay. I think with these ones, if I just put the big storage thing here. Like that. And then... So I think I'll just hard limit these for the time being. So we can then... Oh, I can't get any more in my inventory. So I need that, but we might as well chop it down to a small number. Do that. And then, because it also frees up, there's a bit of space there that I could put an expander in. But that means we've got those and those, so we then need these. And I've already got them. We'll forget about the science labs. Because a while I think we're probably building them again. And then if we put that on that, filter, top that up, I might. Make sure I've got a double stack of them. And then that's already putting out there, isn't it? How about we pop an underground there. And then another big boy here. Pick that up, put that in there. Okay. What about regular ones? I guess we could do regulars on both of these. So If I do, say, that, and I don't know, that. Oh. It does require near 2K vanilla panels just to make one tier 4 panel. I never quite. I mean, you know, it's a game; it doesn't matter. But that whole thing of, you know, in order to make like for your well, it's my classic example of this is you know, you got your equipment grid in your armor and night vision goggles, which literally sits on your head. You know, it may have a battery pack or something, so I guess that's something on your back. But it takes up 4 slots, so it's a 4 thing. But inventory solar panel, which requires, is it 10? I can never remember. Let's just have a look. So your personal portable solar panel, well, it requires a single. It is a solar panel, but a solar panel is, you know, a 3x3 thing. Did it used to require more? That's weird. But you know, so it's, and you know, if you've ever seen a solar panel, it is pretty big. But certainly in the game, a solar panel is, you know, say 6 times as big as the player character. And yet, if you stick a bit of steel on it, and why are you carrying around all that coal? Stick a bit of steel on it and a red circuit, and suddenly, you know, it's a quarter of the size of a night vision goggles. Yeah. And I say you take a single transport belt and, like, you know, somehow stick 2 of them together, and that's then, you know, the same size as a normal transport belt, but faster. It's sort of it's one of those weird game logic things, which is just how it works, isn't it? But yeah, if you were taking, what was that, 2,000 solar panels, it wouldn't fit in the same space as a normal solar panel. So put that there, and say that there, and put them across there. Do that. Got that as your filter. That's on there. Wait, why have you got? Oh, you would have. That's very cheeky of you. I might put those in there. Like that. So that gives us all of them in chests. They're all in chests. That is. These aren't. Okay. So if we put... Where's it gone? There it is. One there. I can put all of these back. Like that. Filter it. Okay. Now, pipes and all that malarkey. In fact, I've not really... Let's put a light in there as well. So that's straight pipe, isn't it? And this one is underground pipe. Okay. Now we should do these as well. Oops. I'm sure we'll need them. And then put these in as well. Oh, I can't really do that, can I? Furniture. Okay. Mining drills and assemblers. I think we want these. I mean, I guess I could... Oh, do I not get a... Oh, I guess it moves it between chests then, does it? I've not got a personal logistics thing. Okay. Doesn't matter, but... Just assumed you would get one. So that's those. And then this is assemblers. Put them in there. Cool. I think I'll leave the military bits and pieces for whenever. And this would become... what should we call it? Chemical. Well, this is chemical. But it would become... ore refineries, the other one, hopefully. Assuming the recipe's the same. We don't know yet. Okay. Get some lights on. Can't remember what those even are. Rail then. No, that's not rail. These are the different machines, aren't they? We'll come back to them. Because we need a few more storage chests. Are we down on iron again? Oh. I guess there's some upgrading. 30-second research item now consumes 89,000. Science per minute. No way, production is not that high. Most of my science is okay. Just not enough iron by the looks of things. I'm using it all in gears and pipes, I suppose. And this is all going to steel, so this is not too surprising. We've got one nice and close here as well, and that's got the infinite ores on it, so I can experiment with that when we get sulfuric acid. Yeah, I'm just putting too much of a demand on what is a tiny bit of production. That's fine. Okay. So look at some of these. So we'll leave the military. Boxes is fine. So it's the lights, really, I guess, is the next one. Did I actually pick those up? I did. Not realised. Okay. That, and we've got power poles. Oh, I've already put them on, so that's fine. But that needs to go across to there. Pop those in there. Get rid of more of those. Lights is okay. Okay, so what I want to see really, I guess it's probably not made any, but so 13 and 14. I can't limit this, can I? Which is very doubtful it's going to put the 100 in that I've put there. I didn't actually even put one on here. So it's the cargo. And I guess I could set it to less than 10 and see if it all, you know. Does that turn it off? No. So there are 14. It doesn't, you see, it never counts them in the network. This is one of the pain in the bums of this of how they did it. I don't imagine. Where's... Oh, I can do them. Okay, let's do that research then. We can properly limit it. How many have I got left? I've got 2 left. I can handcraft a few more. If I can again remember where the heck they are. Here we go. So let's make a bunch of them. 10, 20. I don't know why I took the insert rank, but I did. Fiddly bob. Okay, so we can limit that. Where are they? They're there. Let's put that. And put these on as well. Like so. Let's replacement lights in. Obviously, I sort of don't need to do this, but so I felt I kind of made a mistake in the Bob's playthrough of not really using these things. So, induction furnaces. So yeah, keen to get it set up and kind of try and use it a bit more properly. So I'm gonna make wires. Yeah. It's weird them all being like, exactly vanilla recipes. It's very strange. Okay. And your flow sticks. Your stacks of flow. Let's just have a couple of them, I guess. Okay. I think that's all the key stuff. Let's have a look at... Did I actually make Fiddly Bob? Let's do that one. I'm just not sure what I'm missing. I think it's the oil stuff, basically. Landfill, oil, again plants, yeah, so it's, and rail, okay. So, how do we do oil in this? Oil processing requires basic chemistry, which we can't do because we've not got basic chemistry 2, basic chemistry 3. Oil processing is there, so we need gas and oil extraction. Oil processing, cool. What does that? Oil steam cracking. So that gets us the refinery. Oh, we've got clay bricks. Our refinery goes into oil residuals, base mineral oil, fuel oil, and naphtha. Okay, so it's quite different. Good, good. That's what we'd like to see. What's all this? Iron casting. So this has loads of levels of different ways of making iron and steel and stuff. Okay. Right. I don't think I made... what should we call it? Did I? The old... I know what I mean. thingies. Oops, don't need a gate. I lost my plot. Logistics, here we go. Of course they're under logistics. So we need these. We need the... Because we've got the crawler boxes, but we haven't got the remote charging station, logistics zone expander. What's the difference between them though? Expands supply zone of logistics network without requiring any electricity. Expands the construction... Oh, they're separate. Okay. Ah, interesting. Small remote charging station. So these are all circuits and iron plate. Okay. Yeah. So we could sneak them in here, I think, couldn't we? Yeah. Because we've got circuits and iron plate. And so we want a... What? We want a charging station, logistics zone expander, construction zone expander. Okay. Oh, hello, Dragon XL. How hard is it to find oil on the map? Just go into the game. I just got into the game. Okay. Not high on most of my sciences. So the answer to that is both. It's easy, but it can be hard. So what I normally would recommend is... Oh, I've got proper power bars now. What I would normally recommend for oil... This isn't vanilla, by the way, so this isn't the base game. This is one of the mod packs, Angels, so it's different. As it happens, I have oil right here. But this is what you're looking for, basically. So when it's got oil, if you've not seen one before, that's what oil looks like. What I generally recommend is build yourself a car. So you're going to need to make engine units, which you'll need for one of the sciences anyway, but you need to get up to engine units and get yourself some pump jacks. You'll need to do that research as well, which is basic oil processing. Get yourself a car and some pump jacks, and then go out and explore, basically. I recommend the car. You can do it with radar as well. You can put down radar. Radar will do this search. But as you can see, it's a relatively limited area. And then what you literally do is you get in your car, take some coal with you, plenty of coal so that you can fuel your car, and just drive, basically. Just drive off in a direction. Avoid the biters. With a car, you will be fast enough, assuming you've got biters on, you will be fast enough to outrun the biters. So if you come into any biter nests, you can just sort of run away, basically. If you find them quite close to your base, then you might want to consider taking some turrets with you if you know there's some biters fairly close and ammo, so that you can deal with them. I would always recommend, as I say, not really tackling the biters until you kind of need to. So you can just put down a defensive line of turrets. You know, you can basically drive out the way, put down a line of turrets, and then put some ammo in each. And you can do that with just, if you just hold right click, control, and just right click on the turrets, it will put 50 of your stack in, and let them wipe out the biters for you. So I say, depending on how many biters you got and how close they are, you can just wipe them out with a few turrets, and that's just the ones that chase you. I wouldn't tackle any bases unless you kind of need to. But you basically just drive off in a direction, zoom the camera out so that you can see trees, because you don't want to crash into trees in the car, and you just sort of drive out and then do a circle around your base and just sort of fill out. I say, you may well have several radars down and covering the area, and just drive out and try and expand up what the fog of war shows you. And if you go around in a circle pattern, eventually you will find oil. It should normally be kind of just outside of the normal radar range. That's the sort of how it does it, how it puts it in. But as I say, it can be difficult to find because you're literally looking for these pink oil or purpley oil splotches. You will almost certainly find some biters near the oil. So then you basically, what you do is you tool up, and you come back with loads of turrets, loads of walls, loads of ammo, wipe them out, and then take yourself a power line over to it and get those pump jacks on it and defensive walls around the pump jacks. So I say the answer to your question is that oil, you may have, if you've not got any mods on, there is a mod called RSO that sort of redoes the distribution of resources. But for vanilla Factorio, the oil should just be outside of sort of a normal radar range, or at the edge of it type of thing. They put it that so that to like force you to go and explore, basically. If you've set like resources onto infrequent, or you're doing a rail world, or any of these other settings, then it could be further away, but it would likely be a bigger patch. And as I say, it's just a case of kind of just driving round and round and round until you find an oil, and then exploiting it. As soon as you find it, as I say, you should really claim it by putting some turrets on with plenty of ammo in, and just so that you make sure that you've got that oil, for yourself, and that no biters come and colonise. So, I say the answer to your question is kind of both. It's both hard and easy, because the hard bit usually comes from having to clear out the biters. So I hope that helps. But either way, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying Factorio. It's my favourite game of all time, so difficult for me to be objective about it. But okay, so it seemed to rattle through those researches. So we should now have oil processing, but it might be tiered. No, here we go. So we got those. So we can put that on. It looked like it started making something else as well. I don't know what that was. Oh, pump jacks. Okay. Not going to bother putting them in a logistics chest. In fact, I don't really need to do that. In fact, yeah, let's put pump jacks in a logistics chest as well. And this would be... Does oil have its own thing? What got it? Furnaces. Bioprocessing animalis. Vegetabalis. Okay. Animals and vegetables. Okay, there's an oil refinery. Oil and gas separator. Okay. So we've got some other bits to build. What the heck are them? Use electrolyzers. Okay. Yeah, so this will be the oil refineries. Okay. Should we do some more research? Or should I just leave it for a bit? I didn't finish off the whatchamacallits, did I? Let's do the explosives so that I can get rid of the trees a bit easy. Oh, I can't do that one. Where's military? Right. It's not made a single one because I've not hooked it up. Okay. Let's put them on there. And that one on that one, that one, that one. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Oh, crikey. Excuse me. Okay, so I think that's what we need. So let's see. If I grab a... Well, I've got one. So Oh. Oh, that's quite a bit bigger, isn't it? Which one is which? Which one is which? So we've got construction zone expander. That's the robo-jet. So if I put these here. So have we built any of these? Oh no, we have. Okay. So that's the logistic expander. So we need to put. Oh, so that's really quite small, isn't it? That one. Okay. Oh, I never put the. No. Never put the logistics thing on them. So we want. What's it pumping out as a? There we go. Read robot stats. Okay, so it's the same thing. So we want construction bots less than Z. Maybe. So we want if Z. Do we want a total? We want available, don't we? If that's less than. Well, how many are in here? 23. So let's test if it's less than 20, what do you do? You're disabled. If you're less than 30, what do you do? You keep working. Okay, okay, so it does count them as a regular old logistics. So this would then be available would be X. X less than 50. It's not made any because it's got no steel. Got no steel. Okay. Now that we've got that, let's see about putting. Because I think it said these don't need power, but. Okay, didn't do anything. I guess I need. Put some of these in. Oh, because it's not. They're not in the logistics network yet. Okay, I'm going to have to hook it up. Just start with manually, aren't I? So we want this to go like there, maybe, and then there. And if we start putting these in. Oh, that, of course. Oh, those connect to each other. Okay, that's cool then. So, interesting. Yeah, okay, cool. So if we cover that with... Interesting idea. Because I basically want these to have access to those. So we can put... let's put one there. And... Can I put that there and cut? No, I can't, can I? That's annoying. Okay. Put that there. I'm just going to spam a few in. I mean, I think it said they didn't have power, but we'll see. There and there. Where else have we got them? Maybe on here. We'll have to see what it connects to what, basically. It's not far enough over, is it? So, yeah, can't quite connect them. It's annoying. One there, maybe. One there. They're quite cool, then. Right, so the construction network, then. Here's the black one. So is that not connected? Because that's... Yeah, I think I need one there, I don't know. Or maybe... there? Let's put one there. What are you? You're a no, you're a logistics. Let's let them just do those ones. They are very slow, but I've managed to confuse myself as to what coverage I've actually got now. So what are you? You're a logistics. Oh, that's a construction. So can that actually be moved? Yeah, I think I could have that there. In fact, let's me build that. I guess I should have a couple spare storage ones as well. When it's got too much stuff. Or I cancel an order or what have you. What are you? You're a logistics. Construction. So if I put this here. I think that's going to hook everything up, but we'll see. What's going on with the power? Oh, power's fine. Ah, that's just out of the range of the other construction one, isn't it? That's something. We're there then? Yep. Because we've got construction, like requesters and stuff as well. And we could start setting up, request-based production, couldn't we? Clay bricks, okay. Okay, here, purified water, fast purified water. So a load of stuff for water. Oh, red metal catalyst. Metal catalyst carrier. Clean used electrode. Electrolyzer electrode. Oil separation, oil refining. Oil and condensates refining. Natural gas separation. Okay. Do I want to start tackling oil and stuff now? It feels like what we really need to do is like start exploiting them, because our problem really is a lack of iron. And it's not, I mean, that's just gone down by like 10,000 since I last looked, which was only, what, an hour ago maybe-ish? So it feels more like the lack of iron is what we need to focus on right now. What are you saying you're missing? Out boxes and stuff, okay. I could just check if we've built anything else. Okay. What about landfill? Let's get landfill on the go. I guess we could have military science ready to rumble. And We're then into rail, you see. That's what we really need. I can't do rail because you need log E2. And then do rail. I mean, we want fluid wagons, but not yet. What we want is signals. Rail signals. And so do stick fluid wagon on. This gives us loads of stuff out of purple. All the increased tiers of stuff. Should be this, I think, is meant to be rail. Eventually. In which case, let's preemptively... Let's make that guess. In fact, we don't need to guess, do we? Because we can just look at the flipping recipe. Yeah, so that's meant to be rail. We know that that's a weirdness. And there's your landfill. Should landfill have one? I think landfill should have a box as well, but how would I fit that in? No, let's not bother with landfill with a box, because it's this one that matters. Which is where there's a chest. We can make that be landfill. Military science fair, okay. So this would be rail. We under logistics. Exploration. Logistics. It's not there. Oh, this looks to be limited to what we've actually researched rather than everything. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Yes, so what we need to do, basically, is get up here. Get that mined. Because I think that's the right one, is it? Because the Joe... Is it... What is it? The Giverlite, that also does iron? I think it's a different ratio. Have I researched the car? It's all very good me telling someone else to. I haven't even researched the car. Right. So this is the Givertite. Yeah, because you get mining speed 200. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Okay, so it's the same stuff. But then this has like a... Yeah, this is the default mining speed. Okay. If I start lobbing grenades, are you lot going to get angry? No. It should only be when they directly attack, but... You never know. You never know. Oh, I didn't bring any blowing miners, did I? What an idiot. Okay. And let's do the same over here. In fact, just punch these trees. Right. I'm wondering about, but if I do an actual, what are these? Are just rocks, aren't they? And sort of a more something more, you know, like a proper, you know, production type of thing. Because there's no cliffs over here. Obviously, got whatever these weird bio things are that we've not even touched yet. But we would then have the Givertite, Saphirite, and Saphirite 2. And these are much bigger patches. And it's got the infinite stuff as well. So if we end up with a kind of a iron production thing going on here, which is, yeah, all belts and all that sort of stuff, then we can just train it over, and I can kind of dump more iron into this system. In fact, probably end up maybe trying to get through that gap. This is where the version 2 comes in, because we'll be much better able to get through gaps like that. With version 2, yeah, so if I can squeeze it through there, and I can just have a small, I'm just thinking literally that a 111 train, bringing like iron plate in and out. Also, let me look at some of the other iron plate recipes. So if we just say up here, build iron foundry, call it, and then iron plate. Oh, sort of somewhere here maybe or something. Oh, guys, I could feed it in the back of this, couldn't I? Maybe. So it then just feeds in. Railway, cool. Okay, let's get that re-stamped. Yeah, so it doesn't let you select them. Okay, let that chug away on some rail. Cool. In which case, I need a bunch of these. Load of this. I guess the question is using these new bots. Didn't it say there was a charging station or something? Yeah, this is a charging station. So how does that work? Do I already need 50 charging stations? Got that there. Let's take those. These, okay, requesters, storage chests. Righto. Because we have big electric power poles now. I wonder how they work in relation to that distance. In fact, I've got a load, haven't I? 17. Okay. So... Okay, so we wanted to extend construction zone. But say I don't need to do it with power poles, do I? Obviously I need to get the power up, but what about these rechargers? Where are they? Oh, so they count as part of the network, okay. So I could like do them alternately. So if I put one of these at each power pole, and then construction expander. Oh, that's annoying. What distance does a logistics expander do then? Alright, then. What? Right, charging station. So it counts as... Huh. Interesting. It's just ever so slightly too short. A couple of tiles off type of thing. So if I was to make that there... What is that? That's... Oops. I think I messed that up, haven't I? To go one, and then two of the... and two of them, and so this should actually be a power one, I think. So then we can copy that. Okay. Like that. These are going to need extra power pole. All the devs of these things seem determined to give you things that are different distances for everything. It's very annoying. Okay, are they building this? Yeah, they're coming in. Okay. If I put that there, then. I just want to leave them to get on with it, basically. So if I flip that round. If we do that. So it's quite a nice range on the construction one. I should put in the mining things first. So if that goes there. So the middle ones shouldn't work because they need sulfuric acid, I believe, to get it to operate, but we shall see, we shall see. There. Oh, that'll do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we flip this one. And connect it to this one. Right here. There. That up. Right, now we can see where these can go. I keep thinking they need to be powered, but it does say that they're not powered. What to see? Just about covers it on that end. Oops. On there. Not quite far enough. Okay. You're gonna be like that, are you? You're gonna one tile me, are you? Okay. Yeah, so super slow, but you know, it's fine. Okay. It might actually go this way. Okay. We'll put these in as well. Just trying to get some wood, because I think all the wood usage is gone. But switch to grenades. Let's also not try and kill ourselves with the grenades. Grid research, okay. There. There. Let's put that across. Why didn't I do that on the other one? Just change the distance between the long power poles, shouldn't I? You know, done them shorter. Oh, I'll just leave it for now. I'll tear all this up because it's not. It's just to automate the production. The build, rather. Right. Let's get this in. Like, actually, it'd be better if it was vertical, wouldn't it? Okay. That. Let's put this in around the back. Okay. So it should slowly but steadily build that in. I mean, it's not going to help that they've not got any resources, you know. There's nothing being built to actually make the things, so... Oh, look! Copper has seized up by the looks of things. Okay. Let's go and fix that. Automobilism. Okay. Let us get an automobile then. Have I got enough engines? Probably not. Oh, okay. Whole separate tab for vehicles. Right. Interesting. So we need... Oh, we only need 8 engines? Doesn't it take... Maybe it does take that many in the vanilla, but I thought it always took like 25 or something. Okay, let's build ourselves a car. Let's think about getting rid of some rubbish out of our inventory. About those in there. Tons of stone brick for some reason. Let's see if we can't... find some machines to put them in. Okay. Right. Car. Fuel. So I think I'm just going to last 10 minutes or so have a bit of a drive round, see what we can see. Lights are on passive, so unless I manage to crash into any things. I didn't put any radar on those builds though. Let's put... sneak it through. And radar. Crashed into the radar, brilliant. Radar. Let's fix the things we just broke. Why is that not connected? Why is that not connected? Because that's not connected. There we go. You've not got power. Why have you not got power? You're connected. Oh, because it's going back and round and forth and stuff. Okay. Right. So let's sort of head north for a bit. This is going to be quite risky. So the buttons on passive. I think they aggro when you crash into them with a car. I mean, I would get quite aggro if you crashed into me with a car. You never know, they might be chill about that sort of thing. Doing this in the dark is not necessarily advisable. So let's just sort of fill out the extra. Okay, we've got some more what? Drivelite there, okay. Ah, is it the crystal rocks that maybe produce geodes? Oh, that only says 20 regular stuff there. Maybe it's them. We have to do the research first, maybe? Well, patch, okay. Sneak through there. Is that gas, isn't it? Oh no, that's your temperate garden. Okay, what's this blue? Ooh. Is that more? That's styrotite. Okay. That's a big forest. Do 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 do. Oh, those are the gardens again. Okay. Is that the same thing? A desert garden. Okay. Right. See what happens with this patch of water down here. Okay, so it does come back up like that. Okay. It's weird, there's a bit of my brain that's going, so where are the choke points? And where should we build our wall? Well, we don't need a wall. We do not need a wall. Oops. Oops. Right. What did we learn there? We've got a few close by. Is that a coal? Oh, there we go. There's a coal. Okay. What are they? Thermal water. Motor. Let's go and see if we can see anything interesting down the bottom. Because I was starting to wonder where the coal is. I did put RSO, so it's got RSO, Resource Spawner Overhaul, on it, so patches should be nice and far apart and richer and stuff like that, so not expecting the usual. More coal there as well, excellent. Right, just skimming on the bottom here. Super duper. And more coal, okay. And now we hit this water patch. Is this continuous? Let's go up. Oh, what's that? Crotinum. Crotinium? Have we found that before? I think this is new. What do we make out of this then? Oh no, that's the alternate copper one, isn't it? Because you get whatever this one is, Stirotite, and then this is the other one. Yeah, that has the super mining speed. Okay. Okay. Let's go have a look at this coastal region. See what it does. Oh, it goes all sort of art, whatever you call that. Okay. Okay, so we don't know what's in there. Let's go and have a look at that in the last 5 minutes. And then I'll pop us back home and I'll sign off. Okay, just some biters. Okay, so lots of coal. So I guess I'm wondering actually if whether there are actually like, oh, where have I gone here? Am I trapped in by all this? Let's see if we can sneak through here. No. Because obviously it's Bob's that adds, you know, aluminium and all that sort of stuff. So maybe there's nothing really added like that by Angels. It would seem a bit strange. But I suppose most of all the vanilla recipes are intact, so where would it be adding aluminium and stuff? Let's have a quick butcher's at the sort of... So if we look at rockets... Yeah, so we've got rocket boosters. Ammonium perchlorate, ammonium. So maybe it adds more, like, on the liquids and bio side and stuff like that, rather than, yeah, because that's just a processing unit and the speed. But that's more complicated. So what else we got? Yeah, so it looks like, for example, rocket. It's weird seeing rocket fuel like that and then like that as well. That's an odd thing. Oh, hydrate. Thank you very much. I'm about to finish actually, so I'll be getting a beer probably. But I know I won't. I forgot to put them in the fridge. I won't be getting a beer. I'll just get a glass of water or something. That's quite funky looking, isn't it? Yeah, so it looks like maybe what it adds is like in the chemicals and things like you got lime, for example. So it's more about the chemical processing in Angels that it adds in rather than, because this is all just about, you know, making steel and making iron and making copper. It's not really adding, you know. There you go. So that's a slightly different thing. It's a steel sheet coil. So presumably that's used in some recipes. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's just turned into another way of turning it into, you know, steel plate. Just, you know, yet even more efficient sort of thing. A strand casting machine. You know, and this is liquid plastic, you know, made from propane gas. But it's still plastic, you know, it still becomes plastic bar like you would expect. And you've got bioplastics. So yeah, it looks like it probably has more on the sort of chemistry / liquids and that side of things rather than particularly adding, you know, aluminium or titanium or what have you. Which of course Bob's adds, so I can see even more each of these streams. Not that this is, yeah, this is the second one, but why they work so well together. Okay, let us pop up the old schedule. I will be back next weekend, playing Angels. I've had this weird thing all week where, because I'm going on holiday, or you know, I'm going on leave. I'm not really going anywhere as such. I'm going to a games convention, so the mic is in shot. I thought I adjusted that. Yes, but that's in 2 weeks, and for all week I've been thinking it was next week. So I thought I was off on holiday next Wednesday. I was always looking forward to it, and then it's like a week and a half away. So I got a bit miffed. Not, you know, it's my own fault, but I just sort of I thought I was off on holiday from Wednesday, but I'm not. That's next week. So streams next week will be exactly as listed, basically. So the Friday Facts is always dependent on what Friday Facts we get. So I had a bit of a chat through of it this morning, at the start of this stream, 5:30, but you know, it wasn't a particularly good one for speculation. Really good, you know, Friday Facts, but not a lot to say really on it, other than big thumbs up. So, yeah, it's really dependent on what it is. I wouldn't be surprised next time if we just get some graphics. It's like new graphics overhaul or something. But if it's biters or something like that, then maybe we can do a bit of speculating around it. But that slot is always dependent on what the Friday Fact is. My video will be going up probably Monday actually, because I've not got a lot left to do on it. Just add in the little bit of speculation. So that'll be on Monday. But those either go up Monday or Wednesday. My reading through the Friday Facts. I say back next week with Factorio Angels on Saturday, where we will be looking at expanding this iron, getting some rail upgrade going, some rail tracks going, to bring in more iron plate, because this tiny little trickle here, this tiny little trickle that I'm currently looking at of like one iron plate every 10 minutes is not enough. We need to ramp that up. So we will be doing that first off next week. I'll be back tomorrow in the earlier slot at 3 o'clock British Summer Time, playing Tectonica. I really enjoyed that last week. I was a bit unsure whether I would really like it because of my issues with... Oh, thank you very much for the follow. Very kind. I don't know why it didn't play. It's meant to play a little sound, but it didn't play. That's bouncing on my head. It took me ages to try and line that up. The little cow bouncing away on my head. My little bald head. But yes, Tectonica tomorrow. I say it's my second day playing that. I've been quite impressed. As I say, I was a bit worried with how much I didn't like. Well, I like Satisfactory, but it got really annoying at the end. Really tedious, and I didn't really take to their blueprints, but I'll have to give it another go at some point now that the performance issues are sorted out. But yes, Tectonica. The idea with both Angels and Tectonica is to play them up till Christmas. I say 2 weeks time I'll be going to this games convention, but basically they will be my up to Christmas streams hopefully, and then after Christmas, depending on, I may finish or get really bored with both of them. But after Christmas, we shall hopefully see the return of Dyson Sphere Program with the combat update. So I will be doing a new series on that. I also need to decide whether I'm going to try and do SpaceX. If I do, it will be, say, start of next year, and with the intention of playing that up to the point of the release of version 2.0. I understand it is a 300-hour type plus mod, so I don't know that I would actually finish it without playing it off stream. Because if there's 50 streams between Christmas and when they launch version 2.0, then that only gives me 150 hours. So I would not be able to finish it unless I play it off stream. But there are other mods that I would like to try, so we may give one of those a go. So that's a lot of blathering around. The basic point is more Factorio next week, Tectonica tomorrow. If you want to catch up with any of the VODs for any of the live streams, as well as I say, the Friday Fact Read 2 videos, you can find them on my YouTube channel, which is just there, Trismegistus, so that is alias to Triggles. And I say I put the VODs up every week, and there's loads of them. There's a series where I try and do my first mega base in Factorio. There's No Spoon Run. What else is there? Crashtorio 2 playthrough, Bob's playthrough, all sorts of Factorio. 3 Dyson Sphere series, and Satisfactory until I, as I say, got to a point where I was too annoyed with it. So, yes, that is me. If you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers.